Tonight, report on a suspicious device found in Quincy, and state lawmakers push for funding for 2 Port of Quincy projects. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Warden boys wrestling brings home the state championship trophy for the 2nd year in a row, and the running bikes beat Walla Walla on the hardwood. Let's take a quick glance at our Weather Center forecast.
Hi everyone, meteorologist Mike Sines here with you. We've had a gorgeous day today. How many more days will we see of this consecutively? I'll let you know coming up.
I'm Amber Jenks, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
The Richland Police Bomb Squad detonated a homemade explosive device found in a parking lot in Quincy. A Quincy Public Works crew was performing tree pruning near the intersection of Central Avenue and First Avenue at about 9:30 a.m. on Monday morning when a device was found near the base of a tree. Quincy police were called to the scene and summoned the Richland Police Department bomb squad after police suspected the device was possibly an explosive. Quincy Police Sergeant Chris Lafferty described the device as about the size of a hot dog, wrapped in black tape with a fuse coming out one side. The bomb squad dug a hole to contain the device when used their disposal robot to oversee the containment and detonation, which occurred shortly before 1 p.m. No buildings were damaged and no injuries were reported. Representative Dan Newhouse stopped at Columbia Basin Hospital in Ephrata to take a tour of the new remodel and learn about services offered. Reporter Cameron Probert has the details.
Representative Dan Newhouse took a tour of the Columbia Basin Hospital recently. The stop was one of 2 the U.S. representative made in Grant County last week. He spoke with the Quincy Rotary Club before coming to the Ephrata Hospital. Newhouse and Hospital Administrator Rosalinda Kibbe spoke about the various services available at the hospital, the recent remodel and addition, and state and federal funding. Grant Integrated Services Director Leroy Allison attended the tour as well and spoke about plans to open an office at the hospital. For iFIBER 1 News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
A man is serving more than 2 years in prison after he attempted to rob a Moses Lake Jack-in-the-Box. Richard Barkley, a 42-year-old Moses Lake resident, pleaded guilty in Grant County Superior Court to residential burglary and 2 counts of theft. Barkley had his first interaction with police on August 24th when he walked into an Aspie Boulevard business and demanded to speak to police. He admitted to officer he burglarized a Vince Road home after telling the officer he killed people as part of a prison gang. About 2 weeks after admitting to the burglary, Barkley drove up to the drive-through window at Jack-in-the-Box and asked the employee what would happen if he tried to rob the store. The employee contacted her manager, who told Barkley they would contact police if he tried to rob the restaurant. Barkley drove away and returned to the window. He demanded all of the money in the drive-through register. The employee shut and locked the window, and the manager contacted police. A Soap Lake man was injured in a crash late Saturday night on State Route 17, about 5 miles south of Coulee City. Isaiah Lopez Ramirez, a 54-year-old man, was driving a 1990 Buick Century south on SR 17 when he reportedly crossed the center line and went off the road to the left. According to the Washington State Patrol, the car reportedly went down an embankment before coming to a stop. Lopez Ramirez was taken to Columbia Basin Hospital in Ephrata for his injuries. The State Patrol determined Lopez Ramirez was allegedly speeding, and he was issued a ticket for negligent driving. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.
When the cold rolls in, it's time to turn on the heater and cozy up with a book. But turning up the heat can mean higher electric bills. And for some families in tough times, That could mean choosing between a warm meal or a warm house. For decades, people like you have extended a hand to help local families in need pay those winter electric bills. Share the warmth this winter to help keep your neighbor warm by giving a little when you pay your Grant PUD bill.
Now for your iFIBER 1 News Weather Center forecast.
Hi everyone, meteorologist Mike Science here. Weather segment brought to you by Barry Motors, one great place to buy and service a car. Starting off with our weather headlines, we are going to see mild and drier conditions. Temperatures are going to be a little bit within the range of, anywhere from the 40s to 50s to even some 60s. And then we are going to also see rain chances return by the weekend. Taking a look at our almanac for us here, we have seen nothing in the way of precip. Low today was right around the 28-degree mark officially. Record low, though, back in 1985 of 16 degrees, and the sun set for us nicely at 5:34. Take a look at current conditions right now outside. Winds blowing from the northeast fairly lightly, mostly cloudy skies, 46 degrees. Temperatures have rebounded nicely from that 28 this morning. It was a bit chilly out there. Taking a look as far as our futurecast model goes, still nationally, low pressure system continuing to bring rain and showers into the Florida area as well as all along the southeast. This low pressure system is going to continue to making its way northward as it combines with colder air from Canada, giving with it chances to see snow in towards the central portions. Also snow possible for the northeastern due to that low pressure system. In our region here, though, high pressure going to continue to dominate our region, and that's going to give way to very, very nice weather conditions. Taking a more local view now, as we can tell here with our in-house futurecast model. There we go. Clear skies are going to remain. A little bit of cloud cover still coming in off of the coast, and very, very light showers. I think our model actually is picking up on the low cloud cover that's going to be present. Nice day in store, though. Here's a look at my forecast. Temperatures 62 out towards Port Angeles, mostly cloudy skies. Yakima 56, mostly cloudy, and Tri-Cities 53 degrees for the high right around 1 o'clock, mostly sunny. Taking a closer look for us here, closer to home, Ephrata 52, mostly sunny. Moses Lake, mostly sunny as well. It's going to be a nice weather pattern. This is going to be our typical forecast for the remainder of the work week. Lots of sun, mixture of clouds. You're going to hear me say that again tomorrow probably because we're going to have the same type of weather pattern. Here's a look at my extended outlook, though. There is a change, though, on the way. A little bit of relief from this heat Saturday as we make our way into Sunday. 30% chance on both days to see a few isolated showers with a storm system that'll move through. Right now, chances of rain, though, are looking light at 30%. Enjoy your work week. Get out while you can, folks. This weekend, though, you're going to want to have your umbrella in store because those rain chances do return into our forecast. Unfortunately, though, I can't push it out a few more days. Thanks for watching, folks. Everyone, stay tuned because sports is coming up next.
Whether you're looking for a bigger car to support your growing family, a new truck for your business, or something to pull that toy of yours, we've got you covered at Barry Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Ephrata. Come see us today and learn why your family, friends, and neighbors buy their cars at Barry. On Basin Street for more than 35 years, and with locations in Moses Lake and Wenatchee, we are one great place to buy a car. Call or click 754-2411 or barrysaves.com.
To save some energy, I've used Einstein's mass energy equivalents to design the haptic suits you see in front of you. They will maintain our core body temperature while we completely turn off our heat and air conditioning. With the money we save on our Grant PUD bill, I'll be expecting that trip to Disneyland this year.
You don't need to be a super genius to save energy and money. Visit grantpud.org to learn how.
The Warden Cougars blew out the competition at the 28th Annual MAC Classic and adds another championship trophy to the team's repertoire. Warden ran away with the 1B title with an astonishing 49.5-point margin of victory over second-place finisher Tonasket. The Cougars finished with a team total 176 points to earn back-to-back state championships. It's the 5th time in the past 8 years the Cougars have been the top cats on the big stage. Warden was led by Tyson Yamani, who defended his crown with a repeat championship at 126 pounds. Yamani had a first-round bye, pinned his second opponent, and dominated Joseph Lewis from South Bend 14-4 to advance to the title round. He pinned Mavton's Gabriel Morales to walk away with the top honors. Mickey Hernandez at 285 pounds was the only other Cougar to bring home championship hardware. Anthony Martinez, Josiah Guerrera, and Peter Manville finished runner-up in their weight class. The 2015 defending champion Warden Lady Cougars had a disappointing tournament, placing 18th in the girls' competition. Tanya Dominguez was the best wrestler for Warden with the 5th place finish. Vanessa Morales and Alyssa Edson placed 6th in their weight class. We'll wrap up our MAC Classic coverage tomorrow with a look at how the local 1 and 2A teams fared. Big Bend and Walla Walla battled it out in East Region NWAC action, and it was the home team coming up large. The Running Vikes blew past Walla Walla 91-67 at home Saturday to move to 11-1 in the East Region standings. Big Ben got off to a slow start, but kicked it into high gear to lead 42-28 at the break. The Warriors played catch-up the rest of the way as the Running Vikes lead ballooned to 26 points midway through the second half. Riker Pierce led Big Ben with 32 points. Keyshawn Liggins hit for 22. Mogaladoo finished with 16 points and 3 blocks. The win keeps the Running Vikes deadlocked with Spokane atop the league standings, which beat Columbia Basin 102-65. Both teams have a game to play Wednesday before closing out the regular season at Big Bend on Saturday. The contest is being billed as the NWAC Game of the Week and will decide the conference championship and the #1 seed to regionals. The Lady Vikings got past Walla Walla 58-51 to improve to 3-9 in the conference standings. Big Bend held an 11-7 lead at the end of the first quarter and was up 22-15 at the break. The Warriors hung 33 second-half points on the board to make a game of it, but the Lady Vikings were able to hold on for the W. Max Shelley led Big Bend with 14 points. Deanna Manning and Mackenzie Windley finished with 10 each. Warden and Brewster matched up for the 2B5-6 district championship at Eastmont High, and it was the Bears coming away with a 59-32 win. The Cougars dug themselves a big hole early, down 14-4 after the first quarter was in the books. The teams traded point for point in the second 8 minutes, and Warden was able to make up some ground, but the Bears outscored the Cougars 32-15 in the second half to run away with it. Warden takes on Lynn Ritzville Sprague in a regional loser-out game Saturday at Mount Spokane High School. Tip-off is 10 a.m. Elmira Cooley Heartline boys got past Welpinett 42-36 to claim the 1B district championship and the #1 seed to regionals. The win puts ACH up against Liberty Christian in a first-round loser-out game at Big Bend Community College Saturday night at 6. The Lady Warriors dropped their district championship match to Republic 60-55 to finish as the #2 seed to regionals. The Tigers' Lily Beckwith hit a three-pointer to break a 55-all tie with 30 seconds to go. Riddle stole the ball with 4 seconds left, was fouled, and made both free throws to seal it. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
Our spotlight story tonight is about the Moses Lake Senior Center's Gleaning Program, which is looking for members for 2016. The program brings fresh produce to the Senior Center and the food bank. Reporter Joe Utter has the story.
The Moses Lake Senior Center officially kicked off its 2016 Gleaning Program on Tuesday to help farmers, the Senior Center itself, and the Moses Lake Food Bank. Program manager Rachel Fry said the program is a great way to get fresh, in-season produce for gleaners at little cost. Fry said she has been gleaning for about 10 years, which involves working with local farmers to collect unwanted or surplus produce. The concept of gleaning derives from early biblical history, where farmers were instructed to leave the corners of their fields for people in need who were willing to pick what remained for their own use. Today, the Senior Center is able to connect with area farmers to get locally grown food for their own use and to donate. iFIBER 1 News spoke with some of the gleaners from Moses Lake last year, including Fry, who was out with her daughter as part of her high school senior community project. The gleaners can pick everything from asparagus to apricots, squash, and carrots, and more than 500,000 pounds of produce are picked each year. Fry told iFIBER 1 News last year gleaning helps her family keep food costs down and keeps her pantry full.
Now my pantry's pretty full. I've got close to 500 pounds of potatoes in my basement, about 200 pounds of onions. I'm still working on tomatoes and apples, and I'll be doing the carrots, and all my canning jars will be full by the time I'm done.
The Moses Lake Senior Center's Gleaning Program began in the 1980s and is one of the more unique programs in the state. It differs from other food resource programs in that its members gather food for their own use while donating part of their collection to the Moses Lake Food Bank. In 2015, 127 families participated in the Gleaning Program, and more than 80,000 pounds of produce was donated to the Senior Center and the Moses Lake Food Bank combined. The donations help keep the shelves stocked at the food bank as more people are in need of help. The Senior Center held a meeting on Tuesday for people interested in the program, but anyone interested can still join. The cost to participate in the Gleaning Program is just $20 for the entire year. For more information on either a membership or to participate as a farmer, people can contact Fry at 509-771-4370. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
We'll be right back after this.
Experience speed like never before when you connect to Grant PUD's high-speed network. Visit grantpud.org to learn more.
We are real students, and this really is our college.
My dream will change the outcome of my life.
My college is allowing me to achieve my dream.
My dream is to be a pilot.
My dream is to be a nurse.
Only you can determine your dream. Big Bend will help you get there.
What's your dream?
Welcome back. A man reportedly led the Washington State Patrol on a roughly 8-mile chase around Moses Lake. Prosecutors charged Guy Rutherford, a 20-year-old Moses Lake resident in Grant County Superior Court, with attempting to elude a pursuing police vehicle. A trooper spotted a motorcycle and a BMW pull into the eastbound lanes of Interstate 90 on February 16. Both of the vehicles slowed to about 45 miles per hour and pulled next to each other, and then the vehicles allegedly accelerated at the same time, reaching speeds of 105 miles per hour. The trooper signaled for the vehicles to stop. The car stopped, but the motorcycle rider allegedly accelerated and led police on a chase on I-90, State Route 17, Yonezawa Boulevard, and Clover Drive. He reportedly failed to stop at stoplights, cut through the center of roundabouts, and forced other vehicles off the road to avoid hitting him. When Rutherford reportedly returned to I-90, he reached 147 miles per hour. He exited the interstate onto West Shore Drive and allegedly lost control of the motorcycle in a construction site, laying the bike down in a dirt pile. 2 legislators recommended a pair of Port of Quincy projects for the state's capital budget. The State House and Senate are working on the capital budget for the remaining year of the biennium. Senator Judy Warnick and Representative Tom Dent, both Moses Lake Republicans, recommended funding a $1 million port project to construct a conference center in Quincy and $500,000 to improve an industrial park in George. The conference center project includes creating a facility to support meetings, conferences, and job training for people and businesses. Plans call for the port to connect 2 buildings it purchased, renovate them, and add other facilities. The other project is to improve a street and expand an existing water system at the port's Industrial Park 5 near George. The improvements are going to allow the port to attract 3 businesses and create 165 new jobs at the industrial park. In Northwest News, a special needs mom in Oregon is trying to figure out if her son may be a victim of the Oregon City School District employee charged with child pornography as police continue to search for new victims. KATU's Corey Marshall has a story.
You know, sitting in her Oregon City home, her children's chatter in the background, Ashley Swank's mind has been veering off in a million different directions since she got a call from her son's elementary school principal Saturday.
She was informing me that my son could have possibly been in contact with this person.
The person, 39-year-old James McLaughlin, an instructional assistant for adaptive physical education with the Oregon City School District, is facing a federal child pornography charge. Swank's son is on the autism spectrum. He's high functioning.
He gets his pronouns mixed up, so he calls him Miss Steve and Miss James. And he said, because I was asking him, you know, trying to figure out like easy ways to bring it up, you know, like, hey, have you ever been alone with Miss James? And, you know, has he ever, you know, helped you get into your swimsuit during adaptive swim? Or does he take you to the bathroom when you need to go? And the only thing I got out of my son is Miss James likes to give hugs.
She wants the narrative to switch from the allegations to how to better protect our children, whether that be a change in the way schools perform background checks or to how they handle special education itself. The way it is now, she says, the isolation from other students and teachers made her son and others like him an easy target.
That's going to do it here for us at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.